The NRL's Magic Round is in the books, and what a week of highs and lows it was. I'm Longy, ex-NRL fantasy winner, here to talk to you about the top NRL fantasy scorers of round 11. Bring this video to you in collaboration with Zero Tackle as well. Let's jump right into it with a rookie who put on a special performance here first. So we've got David Armstrong. Look, 89 points. That is impressive at the worst of times, let alone the best of times, right? So this guy came in 10 tackle busts, 264 run meters, was absolutely dominant with the ball in hand. He got 3 tries in this game as well. And look, 2 things really stood out to me about this guy when we're looking at those tries. First things first, the speed he has, especially in running support play. Whenever anyone made a break for Newcastle, you could see Armstrong looming up on the inside. He had the pace to get past anyone. He was converting those to tries for fun. The other thing I'm going to note here is that running games. That's the second thing. So for one of these tries, he broke quite a few tackles, surged to the line, showed quite a bit of power for a smaller guy, and just got it done all over the park. So looking at him, 348K, it's a pretty expensive price for a cash cow. It's going to go up a lot this week too. Would I still buy him? I think you have to, right? So Newcastle have the buy in round 12, but after that, he feels like a must-have. He's got quite a while in that fullback spot, and he has locked down that spot 100%. Next up the list here, bit of an older fullback, but a guy who also had some question marks around him, Latrell Mitchell. Look, 680K, so you're not getting that discount on this guy, but he still produced 80 points in this game. Now, the big question for Latrell is he going to play for the Blues, and is he going to get the respect he deserves as a football player? So for Latrell, he came out in this game, he really showed up in quite a few ways, but then some of the other stats weren't quite what you'd expect from him, right? So in terms of highlight stats, look, 10 tackle busts. He's a guy who can't be tackled when he wants to run the ball. Absolutely unstoppable, particularly in the opposition red zone. So inside the opposition 20, he was getting the ball quite a bit. And because of that, he produced a try assist and a try in this game on his way to 80 fantasy points. Now, I was looking at Latrell, I would say as he gets more and more match fitness coming back in, he's going to produce more run meters than he did in that game. But even then, look, 80 fantasy points. He turned up in that game. They copped a loss to the Cowboys, but it was a very close, very high-scoring game. Third guy here, Hudson Young, and this was an epic game from him. Classic back rowers performance. Look, you had very strong attack and very strong defense in this one from him in a win against the Dogs, who have been in good form lately too. So defensively, 33 tackles and 2 forced turnovers where he's knocked out the ball without the ball in hand, basically, right? So produced on defense, got himself quite a nice base of about 40 points there in terms of defensive stats. You then throw in 2 tries for him. Look, he's always a try scorer. Hudson Young is one of those back rowers who you're not surprised when he produced double digits tries in any given season, right? And this will be one of those seasons I'd expect. So 79 points, it's on the higher end for him, but he's capable of doing this in any given game. Now, would I buy him for fantasy? Maybe. I mean, there's talk he could be in the Origin picture. He's played a bit of Origin for the Blues before. At the same time, Gus Crichton is in such good form. Ola Kawatu's in great form. These guys are probably going to steal that spot from him. So if he doesn't make the Origin team and you want a pod who has big upside, I don't mind Hudson Young at all. Good shout. All right, Justin Olam here, number 4. 77 points for him, and he is a cheapie compared to a lot of these guys. So 343K, very inexpensive at the center spot. Just a real ball runner sort of performance here for Justin Olam. So you got 5 offloads, 9 tackle busts. So again, just going through, breaking tackles, offloading the ball, 157 meters. It was a loss for the Tigers, but Olam was definitely a winner on the day. Yeah, look, would I expect this to be replicated? No, there are going to be quieter games in there too. Bit of a roller coaster when you look at a guy like Justin Olam, right? So we know he's a great ball runner, but is he going to get that quality ball with the Tigers? Some weeks, yes. Other weeks, no. I wouldn't read into this too much. And then Ruben Garrick, number 5. Look, we know Ruben Garrick can do this. He did exactly this against Parramatta a few weeks back as well. So you got 2 line breaks, 8 tackle busts, and 212 meters run. And this was a pretty tight and gritty sort of game too, right? So 13-12, Brisbane won this game. But Ruben Garrick found a way to find his own in this one. He was goal kicking as well, but it wasn't the open sort of fluid game that you'd expect from a 77-point performance from Garrick. So yeah, when we look at this, I think he's a bit matchup proof, isn't he? Like, he's one of those guys who he can win any matchup. It might have been helped by the fact there was a bit of a shuffle around for Brisbane with quite a few injuries as well. But regardless, Garrick, 77 points. If you got him, you're very happy. If you don't have him, he's getting a little bit expensive for my taste. And some notable mentions here too. So some big scores. We got Dylan Lucas, 76 points. He was dominant with the ball in hand, made quite a few busts in that game. Jermaine Hopgood, 73 points. He was quiet for the first stint, and he really heated up down the stretch. But Unfortunately, Parramatta were well out of that game. Cody Walker, 72 points. Look, he's a guy who's gotten a lot cheaper. South Sydney and his form haven't been that great to start the year, but again, he really opened up in this game, scored a try, had a try assist, was very potent on attack. Nico Hines, 70 points. We know who Nico is. We know what Nico does, and Nico did what Nico does in this game. 70 is very regular for him. And then Eli Katoa, 69 points. Look, that's a big score for him. He had that try where he jumped over Sivo to grab the try, and he was already looking at a healthy score before that, but it was a really dominant performance from Eli Katoa. Exactly the kind of game that we expect from him. Just a big performance. So those are the top scorers for round 11, brought to you by Zero Tackle and the Casual Athlete in collaboration. Hopefully your fantasy team went well. If you don't know how to play fantasy, keep watching us. We'll be giving you all the guidance